All aboard! Hop on the Chromosome Express and let's take a look at the body's coolest vehicle. Much like a train, chromosomes carry cargo, and arguably the body's most important cargo, DNA. But what exactly is a chromosome? And what important functions do they have in our bodies? That is what we will uncover in this video. So present your boarding passes, take your seats, and let's talk about chromosome cargo transport. Chromosomes were first observed in the 1800s, but scientists truly began to understand the composition and function of these structures with Thomas Hunt Morgan's studies in the 1900s. So, what have we learned since then? Let's start with what chromosomes are and what they are made of. Chromosomes are structures that live in the nucleus of eukaryotic organisms, like us. These thread-like structures are composed of DNA, but we can get a little bit more specific than that. Yes, chromosomes are made up of DNA, but it's actually a single DNA double helix molecule that we know and love, woven into a thread-like structure. The DNA double helix molecule wraps around proteins called histones to form an intermediate structure called a nucleosome. Nucleosomes then wind up tightly together to form chromatin loops that, when combined, create a structure called the chromatin fiber. Eventually, as the chromatin continues coiling and coiling and coiling, it turns into its final form, the chromosome. So, that's how a chromosome is formed, but it's also important to understand each part of the chromosome itself. After all, a vehicle can't operate without all its parts, right? The chromosome's characteristic X shape can be broken down into 5 distinct parts. First, we've got the chromatid. A chromatid is one half of the full X-shaped chromosome, and it's an exact duplicate of its other half. They're actually called sisters. Now, we need to make a quick clarification about chromatids. Each chromatid is one DNA molecule coiled up in the way we've previously described. Usually, chromosomes are made up of one chromatid. But when cells need to divide, a copy of the chromatid is created, and you're left with 2 sister chromatids in a chromosome. That way, when the cell divides, each sister chromatid ends up in one of the newly created cells. And this is how we end up with cells with the same genetic material. Now, back to the X shape of chromosomes, when we have 2 sister chromatids. These 2 sister chromatids are joined by our second distinct part, the centromere. Centromeres are a specific point on the chromosome where the 2 chromatids are joined. They keep the chromosome in check during cell division. Next, in the structure of a chromosome, we've got the P arms and the Q arms. The P arms are the shorter set of arms, and the Q arms are the longer set. These arms are useful for scientists, not because chromosomes wave while scientists are looking at them under a microscope, but because they can be used to describe the locations of genes within chromosomes. Finally, in the structure of chromosomes, we've got telomeres. Telomeres are short stretches of DNA on the ends of linear chromosomes, sort of like a stopper on the end of a bracelet or the plastic part on the end of a shoelace. Telomeres protect the ends of chromosomes from becoming worn and tangled. Every time a cell divides, the telomeres become slightly shorter, and with time, telomeres become so short that the cell ends up dying. So now you know that one of the secrets to longevity is having long telomeres. So, we know what chromosomes are made of, but what are they for? As we talked about, chromosomes are primarily made up of DNA. During cell division, essentially when cells divide to make more cells, chromosomes ensure that DNA gets distributed throughout the new cells evenly by hanging onto DNA and carrying it along the division process. Humans have 23 pairs of these multifaceted little DNA vehicles that come from both your mother and your father. The DNA you get from chromosomes gives your body all the information you need to make, well, you. In addition to that, since chromosomes are essentially DNA coiled up and covered in proteins, those proteins protect the genetic material from chemical and physical forces during cell division. So chromosomes are a clever way your body found to package and protect DNA as it is being replicated and distributed in your cells. So there's your introduction to chromosomes. Click on the next video to learn more about DNA, the main component of chromosomes. Like the video so you tell me that you want to see more of these. And subscribe because I know you don't want to miss the next upload. See you on the next one.